doing? I'm here with your reading for today. Let's find out how the person on your mind is feeling towards you and what their next actions will be. So if you guys want to gain access to my extended readings, just hit join and sign up for Virgo Bombshell membership, and then you'll gain access to approximately 25 extended readings every single month just for Virgos. And excuse me, guys, I'm a little bit under the weather. And if you would like to if you'd like to sign up for a chance to get a free reading with me, then just hit like and subscribe and comment down below, I am loved. All right, universe, the person on my Virgo's mind, romantically, how do they feel towards Virgo? So this is somebody who feels like they know that they've taken too long to make up their mind in about a choice. And with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, they are maybe feeling like they should just give up, or like they shouldn't even try to fight, or maybe like they feel like they don't have any justifiable excuses anymore. There's definitely a feeling here of wanting to be the person in power and say, I'm going to do what I want. I'll take as long as I want. And if they do that, then I'd say that they're going to lose you. Yeah. With the Page of Pentacles, which in the reverse, which I feel refers to you in this situation. This is you being like, okay, well then I'm not even, if you're not even going to invest in the tiniest way, then and you're just going to and be like, well, I'm going to turn my nose away and just keep thinking about it. I don't know, then like, then this is you being like, well, then I'm turning away from you too, because if you won't even, if you don't care about me, then it's already over before it started. But with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords here, I feel like this person definitely, they're trying to find out information about you online, most likely, and they do want to hold on to you. So I think that I'm sensing that this person is kind of prideful, that they like to sort of, throw their weight around a little bit, but that they're going to, I think that they are motivated. I think that if they sense that they don't have any more time with you, that they will take action. Yeah, because they realize that they're going to end up being in grief if they don't. All right. So, universe, what can you tell me about my Virgo's person and how that is on my Virgo's mind? Yeah, with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, something that could be influencing the situation is if you're blocking your emotions out. I think that what causes this person, or any romantic, potential person, to focus on you is if you're dwelling in your emotions. If your emotions are visible, this is what not only is going to catch a person's eye, but that is also going to give them the cues to know where you're coming from and what you might want from them or what they need to do. Yeah, with the Three of Cups in the reverse, I feel like what this is almost saying is that when you don't express your emotions, when you're blocking them out or not dealing with them because it seems too much or it seems negative or whatever, that it's almost like it pushes them off to a third party or to distractions, maybe to seeking feedback or reinforcement emotionally from other people because they're not getting it from you. With the Ten of Wands to the Nine of Swords in the reverse, I feel like this is somebody who is willing to put in the effort if they are motivated. It's kind of like if there's no motivation for punishment, like if there's no potential for getting in trouble for not doing your homework, you're not going to do it. This person needs to be motivated to do something, and it's with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, it would be coming out of worry. So it's almost like if you're being too easy on this person, or you're not putting any pressure on them because you don't want to impose or be, like Virgos can be very noble, they can be very self-sacrificing and think that, well, I'm just going to let this person be totally free to make whatever choice they want. And then I'll know that if they come towards me, that they truly meant it. Well, a little bit of pressure is not wrong, and I feel like what this is saying is that this person will be willing to put in the effort if they sense the what's the word I'm looking for? If they sense, how important it is, and they sense your emotions, how important it is to you, that this is somebody who they will react, they will take action. But yeah, it's all about emotion. It's all about this person needing to be able to connect to the subconscious energy, the truth of your heart. I really do think that this person has a deep and strong bond with you emotionally. Could be dealing with an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But they need to, they see you as very valuable. And I'm assuming, I think that they're hoping that you are single, but they see you as very abundant. They see you as very beautiful, but maybe you're being a bit too independent. Maybe you're being a little bit too like, well, I can't rely on anybody. I can't take up any space. I can't make myself a burden. You can. You have the right to take up space. Don't be horrendous. Don't be a narcissist. But you have the right to take up space. You have the right to make your emotions take up space, to make your needs take up space, especially to the people who matter to you and to whom you are meant to matter. So I feel like this person might be feeling like, oh, well, Virgo doesn't need me. They're just off here, doing their own stuff, and I can't feel their heart anymore. I think this person, it feels like an energy almost of like this person wanting you, but not being able to pick up on your emotions anymore. And so they feel like you don't need them, that you don't want them, that the feeling of you wanting them comes and needing them comes when your emotions are visible, when your emotions are coherent, and you have to be engaging with them for this to be happening, even just privately, because between people who care for each other, there is a bond, they can sense each other across distances. So I feel like the energy that needs to be going on here is you releasing, cleansing, purging, healing, going into your emotions, allowing yourself to feel things, even if they're not positive or convenient or whatever. Sort of drop the rigid need to have these rigid boundaries and these or rules, or that again, these are very Virgo things. But these like internal structures that could potentially keep you bound, be a bit more spontaneous with even just your approach to your own attitude, your own daily behaviors, your own emotions. Basically, allow yourself to go into what you really feel. And what can really, really help is find a safe space to do that. The most important thing for a safe space is having physical, literal space around you where there is no one. If you're in a heavily populated area, you're going to find the most emotional safety and the most psychic safety when you have several hundred feet where there's just like nobody around you. Yeah. So I feel like this person sees you as a very valuable person that they would actually need to like build a foundation for, to establish, the two of you and to give you security. I feel like this person wants to do that. They'd be willing to do that. But there could be something that they're worried about. And I think that definitely they would need to, they want to try again with you, whether it's trying with you a second time or starting over like fresh with you after bad situations in their own past. I think this person wants to establish, they have bad memories from maybe mistakes that they've made, maybe mistakes that you've seen them make with another person. Also, guys, I wanted to mention, I did also see under the deck there was the King of Fire as well, the King of Wands. So you also could be dealing with a fire sign, so an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. But yeah, this person has been keeping their eye on you, and they really are very attracted to. They're not confused about this. Like they want to have like a deep connection with you. I think they tried to have that with someone in the past, and it just like did not work out. Sorry, guys. I'm a little spacey because of my cold thing going on here. So, universe, how does my Virgo feel towards, or how does my Virgo's person feel towards Virgo? What are their next? So, this person is feeling a bit left out and in the cold, abandoned by you. And whether that's because you've literally abandoned them or because they can't find your heart, they can't find your emotions, they can't sense where you're coming from. And so they could just be assuming that that means that you don't care. And they're locked in memories of the connection between the two of you. They're trying to listen to their intuition and believe in intuitions that they've had about the two of you. But I really do feel like what's going to re-energize and refocus the dynamic between the two of you is you expressing and connecting to your emotions, even if they're negative, even if it's anger, like even if it's like, I'm really pissed at you and you need to show up for me immediately. I feel like sometimes emotions can get, in romantic situations can get so negative that we just start being like, okay, I can't deal with this. I can't carry this in my daily life. I can't walk around with this and I just can't carry it because it makes me too vulnerable, et cetera, et cetera. And so we can just shut it down rather than even try to deal with it. And yet that can really, and so that can, become a problem eventually. And so we need to find a place where we do feel safe, especially the deeper the wound, the more the need for a safe place to process it. And finding a safe place where we can let it all come out is really important. Also, we're currently living in a pretty hostile world where everybody is trying to claim that you don't have the right to your emotions, these days. We're becoming a much more hostile space in the last several years. So it's understandable if you feel unsafe expressing your heart in your daily life, it could be affected by that as well. Anyway, so universe. Universe, how does my Virgo's person feel? Yeah, so they definitely don't have peace right now about this situation. They're feeling deep loss and grief, or they're very, very lacking in peace because they're afraid that they are causing you grief. But they also feel like, I feel like recently they kind of received a cue from you that they needed to take action with you like right away, or that they were done. And so if that's something that happened in your situation and things have just kind of been silent, they could be worried that, well, maybe I did cross the line forever. Maybe it's over forever, because this is somebody who's realizing they can't put off that return. They can't put it away for one day. They can't push it down the line anymore. All right, universe, what else can you tell me in this situation? Oh, just dropped a card. How does my Virgo's person feel? Yeah, they see, oh my goodness, wow. They see you as, they're devoted to you. They see you as the divine feminine. They're very attached. They might be trying to perceive that somebody else could be, they might try to imagine that somebody else could be you, like you, but they know that it's not so. Oops. Yeah. And this person is worried because they feel like whatever is going on between the two of you is most likely their karma. It's most likely something that they've brought about. That they don't like it. They don't want negative karma to be the defining thing in this situation between the two of you. Let's get some different cards here. How does my Virgo's person feel towards Virgo? What are their intentions? I wish I could be a different person. And they're worried that they couldn't make you happy. So they're worried that maybe something about their behavior, something about their lifestyle, perhaps, is potentially something that they're worried about making you actually happy in real life, in real time. Like if you were living together, you know, seeing each other every day, they're worried about whether or not you could be happy in that. And they could be actively trying to make themselves a better person right now. The way I have treated you was wrong. So this person definitely feels regret in the past. They feel like they messed up with you, or even just that they've fumbled you in some way by not coming in sooner or putting in more effort. So this person definitely is intending to put in effort, I would say. I need to hold back my true feelings for you, but I long for your kiss. I am stuck in visions of us together. Wow. That's beautiful. Okay. Universe, can you tell me about the situation? Yeah, again with the date night. So this person is intending to come in and ask you on a date, take you out. And with the air sign again. So you could be dealing with an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone underneath the deck is someone else in the reverse, and communicate in the reverse. So, and moving. Also distance. So this could be somebody who maybe if they have been with somebody else or they chose somebody else, it was about convenience. It was about the fact that maybe like there's distance between the two of you guys, and that one of you would have to move, and maybe they were concerned that you wouldn't want to move or that you wouldn't be willing to move. So this person definitely wants to communicate with you about this potentially if there was a third party. But there also could just be other people who are envious over this person's attention that have been trying to sabotage the two of you being together because of that. And sorry for the glare, guys. Hold on one second. I'll try and take care of it. Much better, I think. Okay. All right. So let's see about getting some advice cards here. Universe, what advice do you have for my Virgos in this situation? Emotions are running high. So I feel like, again, this is encouraging you to delve into your emotions. Also with air sign people can be very intellectualizing. Maybe you have, and you're both, like if you're dealing with like a Gemini, for example, Geminis are ruled by Mercury just like you. And that can be very, that's very highly intellectual. But I feel like this is speaking of how your emotions need to be opened up to and released for this situation to unravel and and yeah, nothing is yet set in stone. So I feel like this person wants a new beginning with you, but nothing is yet set in stone. And that I think that the core thing that you need to work on is just making sure that you are delving into and expressing your genuine, authentic emotions, because that's the place from which this person is able to communicate with you and hear from you, and where the connection even exists. So yeah, I hope that this has helped you, Virgos. Should we get a timing card? Oh, this is not my timing deck. What am I doing? All right, universe, how soon, if at all, can Virgo expect to hear from this person? How soon, if at all, should my Virgos expect to hear from this person? Let me just shuffle this deck. How soon? So what has just come up is this next winter. So that's this upcoming season of winter. So probably sometime over December, January, or even November. I think November could be thought of as winter. So universe, how soon can my Virgos expect to hear from this person? So for some of you, there is no more time. So for some of you who might be watching this video, there is a person who I feel like this could be about the way that you feel in the situation. Like there's no more time. You don't have any more time to put this off. You know, it's very important that you take action right now. And I feel like that's more your energy, is that your person is aware that that basically they don't have any time. They don't have any more time to just like mess around or delay. Oh my God. So for some of you today, let me shuffle these. Sorry, I keep like butterfingers today. So universe, how soon can my person expect to hear? And then for some of you, by the end of the year. Oops, that's upside down. By the end of the year. So 38, 52, 59, 14. All right, Virgos, I hope that this has helped you, and I will speak to you soon.